Hi everyone, I'm Saiza Mizrahi and this is another episode of Ballroom Eksenahan. And today is going to be very special because we have not just a mother, not just a trailblazer, but a legend. We have Mother Benji. Yes!
Ow. I love it.
Oh
This
my
is my
gosh.
first podcast video
Really?
thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, super out there.
Yes. Are you nervous?
No
No.
naman. Kasi you make it so calming. Your energy is always every time I see
Aw.
you, I'm like, she's got
Aw.
it under control.
I love
Yeah,
it. But I'm
true.
nervous. Ako yung
True.
nervous.
How
Okay, we
cute.
want to get to know you, of course. We want to get to know your journey.
Yeah.
To start it off, as the trailblazer in Australia, we want to ask how and why. How did it all happen? And when?
And when?
And when it all started.
Oof, it is such a long story. So you can really cut me off if it's too long. But I basically about 12 years ago, I was studying in New York. So I went to New York to go to school, a dance school, modern dance. And when I was at the Martha Graham, it was the Martha Graham school. And then when I was there, parang I already had heard of, I had seen, when I was growing up, I had seen America's Best Dance Crew. So I had an understanding of Laomi,
Yes,
but not
yes.
Vogue. Vogue, yes, but not ballroom in its complexity and expansiveness and its community. I just had had that I just remember really Laomi really marking my mind, her physicality.
Yeah.
So when I went to New York, I always had it in the back of my mind to kind of find that, that's something that would pop up. And then during my time at this school, me and my friend, we would we were only 17, 18. So we would have to sneak into clubs. And then I would see little glimmers of the ballroom community, but we were kind of club kids.
Yes.
So, and at the time, ballroom was happening at Esculitas.
Yes. Yes.
And to be honest, most of us were so intimidated to go there that our other friends, I had a friend, Jason Rodriguez. Jason.
Yes.
We started to take class with Benny Ninja. So it's kind of a safer, because we were really out of our comfort zone. And then we started to go to the peers. And so that was really my introduction to community. And at the time I was on my way home, I was preparing and I was also taking class with Benny. And he told me that a group had reached out to him in Australia and asked for a workshop. And he had a fear of flying. So he actually asked me to teach the workshop when I got there.
Oh
I was like, oh my God, I can't
Entrusted
teach.
by Benny.
Right? I was
Oh my God.
only for me, I was oh.
That blessing to teach.
Well, also because it was an indigenous queer group. So I was oh yeah, I'm really invested in teaching that community because that feels like something that they would just take ballroom and, make it their own. So when I got to Australia, I started teaching, and then the teaching became, we created little collective, and it wasn't a ballroom house, but it was a collective, and that collective, we did workshops and then so on and so on. And so about after 10 years, it was, between, classes, workshops, expanding, finding the girls, eventually, I really had to scout out the trans community at the time because it's very separate.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same here, but there's very specific communities. No one was there wasn't bridges. I feel this generation, there's all these crossovers and intersections.
Yeah.
So really that was all that kind of bridging work. And eventually, the girls eventually grew into ballroom. We started performing at clubs like House of Slay. But that grew into having categories at clubs and that so on. And then we had our first ball in 2018.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it was a very organic growth
Yes.
for you.
Yeah. Super organic, super also voguing wasn't hot Like ballroom wasn't known,
Yeah,
like
at the
on
time.
the
Yeah.
secular level. So
Yeah.
it was really like I had to convince, like I had to really like sell it, like to the girls. I wasn't trying to sell it to anyone else but the girls. And I'd be like, look, this is a way of being in community that I have been shown to be in community as well, like in New York. And I felt so I don't know, I felt so honored to have witnessed like Black, trans, Latinx, queer community that was so rich with history. And I felt like understanding how they survive, like, and applying that to our community, and gracefully like opening that up to like our queer community that was I would say like very separated, isolated. And and people took to it. The girls took to it. The girls already, they all, but some of them already were like, they were like me as well. They had girls were in their bedrooms watching the clips from from a very long time. They would write to each other, but very like on different cities. So there was just, they were already there. It was just, they needed like
someone
connection.
Like,
yeah.
That's cool.
And I never planned to be a mother, but it just happened.
It's usually like that, right?
Ikaw,
same. I just wanted to find like people whom I know I can pass on knowledge. And like wala lang, you just like do it, because actually for me, what I experienced there was like, it was a feeling of really being accepted and seen. Even if I'm a cis woman, it was like I was celebrated. And that feeling, I just really want to bring it here. It's like when I came back, like, shucks, I want that here.
Like you felt like, for me, like I felt like I saw the gaps where like, applying something like ballroom could really like finally, uplift those who don't feel seen or heard or witnessed or recognized. So I'm really thankful to, New York for that.
That's true. The energy, it's different. There's something something about it. Question: why slay? Why House of Slay? Where did that come from?
Actually, we were trying to like, we were in a mega crew at the time.
Dance competition.
And then we'd have like, you would do like the whole like mega crew thing, and then like would stop and there'd be like the Vogue part. And, so it's like 2 counts of Vogue, something. So those were the original Slay girls. And then I was like, we should come together. We should, I was like, DJ Mike Q has been touring here for a few years. Like he needs dancers. He can't just play to this like random straight club thing like that. And I just knew that like there was so much missing like in the secular, queer world, like where we could step in and, and represent. So I was like, if anyone is going to do this, it's going to be y'all. Like you're queer, you're trans, you're Pacifica, you're indigenous, you're Black. Like step into this, step into your power. So we created Slay, and we called it Slay. I think one of my friends was like, at the time, like just using the SLE thing. And then I thought about it. I was like, maybe there's like an acronym as well. Like, so like, it was sisters liberating each other. So like less like slay girl, like, but more like slay. Like it's like a powerful, parang like a statement for like liberation.
Is. That's beautiful. I didn't know it has like that meaning.
Because I come from that like activist background as well. So, we always, and the girls were always conscious of, of being, not just minstrels and not just like entertainers, but like, catalysts for change.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And you are becoming a catalyst here too. Like gathering,
Just following your
No. But usually, if it's meant for you, it's given na talaga. Parang there's that path that you are molded, and parang it's natural.
Yes.
because we really don't plan it.
Yes.
It just happens
Yes.
naturally.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Even like
Yeah.
you're being a trailblazer, it's not something that you aim.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, I had no idea.
it was.
Yes.
It's. Yeah.
Yes.
How does it feel? Like
I know.
12 years in
12 years.
Australia,
Yeah. Something like
seeing
that.
so many
Yes.
like houses. How many houses are there now? Like mainstream and Kiki.
I'm also gonna ask you how does it feel as well. I'm like really curious because it is like you have. For me, like it's. I don't know if it. I don't think about every day that there's like I created like a change or like I was a trailblazer or a pioneer. It doesn't really like sit in my head like clearly. Like it's like it's not something that I like. Yeah, like I wake up, I'm like, yes, look at all these things that I did.
Yeah.
But I really just feel like I opened the door.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
like I gave the girls space, and like we all like if it wasn't for all of them there and being like and putting their bodies out.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
The first ones really to like do that and having to just make our way through an awkward ball. That's like only 5 people competing like that. You know what I mean? And then it's like. And just being like, oh, we know there's something there. There's like one person comes and the next person comes and blah, blah, blah. So it was really like a collective gathering. And I feel, I feel like honored. Like I feel really humbled by it because it is such a big community now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they look to me like with a lot of respect as well. You better. No, just shout out, Emma. No, but like I don't even need that. Like I don't. Yeah. It's not something I'm not. I don't think I have that in me to like kind of do this like hierarchical like respect or like you better recognize your history or your elders. But I feel like my girls, like my original girls, are all history talkers. So they always talk about history and you know, and they always remind the younger generation of that. But yeah, besides that, it just feels wild to see it expand so quickly. Yeah. And I know some of that's not me, and I know that some of that is the trend of ballroom as well. Yeah. And which is a kind of like a scary thing sometimes. I don't know if you feel the same, but just to see how quickly it can go boom. Yeah. And then like there's so many participants. Like when did it really crack for you like ballroom? Was it this year?
It was actually after pandemic. It was after pandemic. Yes. Actually, we were all surprised last year.
Yes.
The first ball after pandemic, we were like surprised there are so many kids walking. Yes. And then after that ball, the next balls after that, it's like it's getting bigger and bigger, like seeing new faces.
New faces.
Yeah, yes. Every time. Yeah. And I feel like it's because during that time, during that pandemic, they found Post, they found Legendary. Yes. It's beautiful, but it was like really surprising as well. It's like in my mind, I had to make sure that these kids, they know like the history. They don't just come in to walk for all the like the beauty and everything. Yeah. It's important that they know why they're walking this category. They have to know the history. Yeah. And like really have a space where we can talk about it. Because that's the important thing. Yeah. There was a time here in the Philippines as well wherein everyone wants to have like houses right away. And you can't control that, right? It just pops in and out. You just remind them that, guys, it's not just a trend. Yes. Yeah. You have to make sure that you choose a house or be in a house that you know like would really help you be the best version of yourself. And you have to make sure that your sisters, your brothers, or whoever your mother is really knows what's good for you, for each other, and really are there to support you. Yes. Yeah. Like that. But it's crazy. Yeah.
I know. It's like there's so much to like teach when it comes to the houses and like how to be. And like, I don't want to lecture the kids, but I'm like, you know, sometimes it's like, is that a house? Or is it a clique, you know? Or is it just like parang like friend group, like you're a pagada or something, like so it's like how serious. But you know, this I don't know about you, but there's times when I say something, and there's also times when I just have to let it go.
Yeah.
Like really.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me here, like most of the leaders or those who have their own houses, I feel like most of them already has that mindset.
Yeah.
Like most of them already felt how it is before. They're part of the like first few
Yeah.
Voguers before the
Yes.
pandemic.
Right. Yeah.
So they kind of already know.
Yes. Yeah.
And they are the ones usually who are talking now. So it's like, okay, at least.
Word.
Yeah. I was like,
yes.
okay, I don't have to say anything. You can say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially for me, because as a cis woman, it's I have to be very respectful of the space.
Right.
There's
right.
like, okay, I'm just gonna like, okay, go. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
here, but I'm not gonna like pull you in if you need my guidance. Okay,
Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's just like the right
the right
pace,
amount
right
of
balance.
like negotiating all of that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I see
gosh.
it. The way I love your leadership. It's so like it's like soft but like fierce, and fierce in a way that it's like you feel like a rock, like a community rock.
Oh, thank you.
People always look to you, and it's like there's such a certainty about like an intention, like intentionality, something. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And so selfless, you know.
Thank you.
Like we all need a bit of ego sometimes, but yeah, it's really like I love it. I think that you have to be like, in order to be like a leader or something like that, or a mother. I was thinking about that today. I was like, this, like, if I wasn't a mother, then I would just be like mothering myself, you know, and I would just be like, you know, pushing myself and, you know, selling myself in a way, like, you know, like, or just making sure like I'm like putting myself out there as much as possible. So I think when you're mothering, it's like kind of doing the two, or like
or sometimes you just give more.
yeah,
Right?
and for sure,
But mahirap siya.
Yeah, it's like really hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
Yeah,
I'm still learning how to balance. That.
Same. Especially now, like the kids, they are like expanding really, and they're already becoming leaders of their own, which is like nakaka-proud.
Yeah,
Nakaka-proud.
Amazing. Yeah. I
I
mean, did you train them to be leaders? Like, or did they just like, kind of step into that?
I felt like, I don't know, maybe because, you can't train really someone to be a leader if it's not in them, right?
Yes,
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it kind of, I don't know. Baka they're really meant to be leaders. It's just that they needed to find the right people to be surrounded with, to be able to hone that power, to like be confident enough to like make a statement and like be
for
that.
sure.
Parang ganyan. Because
Yeah.
even with me, I'm still learning, because there's actually a
course.
gap in like the generation, how you talk to them, like from like our generation, my generation, our generation is different. So I'm also learning from them as well, actually. Like how to handle things. It's really an exchange. For like most. So
I love to
Parang
think
ganun
about. I love to think it like that it's an exchange, that there is like a learning between the two.
And even with
Yes.
you, I'm just like observing you, how you are with your juiciness. Like it's different. It's very different.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you're seldom here, but like the magnet, like the relationship, it's like, it seems like it's been there for years.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes, for sure. I think I feel so like intimate like with my kids so quickly in a way sometimes, and it is like you've like it's that like welcome home thing like as well, and like that's not like I kind of like I don't like put that on, like I honestly just like I just grab them and then, magnet like just like carry
like
them
automatic
like holding hands like the same night, like something like that, like it's really it's just like a connection, like and I think that you need that like
that's
for
true.
your kids, and
that's true.
But it's nice to have a new I know it's not like it's exciting to have a chapter here.
So how did you feel like for the first time you saw the community during the Rainbow Ball when you judged? Like
well, it was at Pride, and I honestly like as visible as queerness is in the Philippines, I had never seen like a mass of like I remember that night where like you guys were performing and I was like lost and I was like trying to find you guys. I ended up just like walking around and being like, oh my god, there's so many.
Everyone's here.
Like, manga by us. Like it's just it was kind of crazy. Like I was just like, there is such a like fierce generation. Like
that's true. That's true.
Like just not to me like fierce not in the bad way, but like just unapologetic. Like
exactly.
generation like that's coming up. Like just not not the girls that are on the fringes or on the like but like everyone's like centered. And I was like, wow, this like it's quite fab. And then just to be in a space where it's like Filipino faces and it's a ball, like everyone's Filipino, like that was crazy for me. Ooh. Yeah. Like I was really like, I had like my little like Telfa bag and my Jollibee, and I was like, and I was looking, I was just like, oh my god, and then my Sampagita. I was just like, it's just so perfect. Like it was just like, just felt like my world's like aligning, like and the girls were just fab. Like there was like they had such essence, and I now I think about it like, oh, of course they have essence because we come from such a like complicated society, and there's so much struggle. Like we are the struggle. Philippines is the struggle. Like we 100%. Stay in the struggle, and there's like that reflects in the performance. It's stronger. It's soulful. It's soulful. It's there's like a yearning. There's we can see all the girls bring their own story, and I just felt so touched. I was like, I love her. Oh my God, I need her. Like, like so. It's like afterwards, I was like, I can't not like open up a chapter, like if that's possible.
That's so true. That's what I'm always saying. Like here in the Philippines, like we have the parallelism and the struggles, the discrimination. I mean, even if it's more accepted now in the society, it's still different. It's like the third world struggles still there.
Of course.
And even until now, we're still fighting for equality. We're still fighting for. I mean, I feel like it's different. It's different. Kaya iba the laban, the fight. It's like in every look, every whip of the hair, you can really like feel it.
And I was saying that to the kids at the workshop on Saturday. I was like, like the femme queens back in the day, they didn't turn like become who they are from privilege or being accepted from society or being celebrated from the secular world. They came from being hated to being outcasts to having to like stand up and say, no matter like even in the face of all that, I'm still gonna be cunts. I'm still gonna be all of this over and explaining to us like, like guys, tap in, like tap into that
power,
that's in this land, in this ocean, in this it's like, this is the, what is it? Ring of Fire. Like, you know, we in the Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it's the
Yeah.
archipelago. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's so much. And I loved it. I loved that workshop because I felt like they all like really visioned themselves in that, you know, instead of kind of having to feel like they had to assimilate or be someone else, or they just like stepped into their own. Yeah.
And I saw
Yeah.
that during their freestyle. Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, ooh,
Right?
ooh.
There's some in there that were really
Yeah.
like, I was like,
you turned it on.
girl, they
Yeah.
turned it on. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, question. Next
Yes.
question. I want to know, how did you specifically like chose your kids?
My kids.
Yes. Currently, you have 4 officially.
I have 4. Yes.
So, how did you specifically like gathered
Boom,
them
boom,
and like?
boom. Well, I think I snatched a little one
Juicy.
from you. You know, like, so Savina.
Yeah.
I think I had seen Savina online. I just
Mm-hmm.
she just really captured me, like as she
Yeah.
does with everyone.
Yeah.
And I mean, as soon as I found out she was the 007 in the Kiki, I was like,
Mhm.
girl, it's all about like, no, come to me. And she reminds me, she has this like, she mirrors and reflects so much of like some of the girls back at home as well. And she has like a really interesting culturally background story that she brings to the ballroom, which is really important for representation and to like, you know, we're at this space right now where we're shaping what beauty is, like, you know, reclaiming what our essence here is. And I think that she's doing so much of that as a trans woman as well. Like, that's crazy. So if I can be support to her, like that would be so cool. And of course it was like, you know, connection straight away. I saw Aki in the elevator on my way to the ball, and I was like, girl, you walking face? And she was like, no, I'm just participating. I'm just like, you know, I'm just watching just to support my friend. I was like, girl, what? And, you know, I was watching the Face Girls, the whole, like, and like, I could just see Aki on the side, just be like, you know, just like watching, like really innocently. Like, and then I was like, looked at her, I was like,
walk.
Come walk. No. And then, you know, we connected online, and then I just kept on like, you know, like, you really actually, I want to see you do your thing. And, you know, I say that to everybody, but not many people really like go for it.
Yeah.
She went for it.
I love it.
And then what? She was like winning.
Yeah.
Everything. I think every time she walked, she won from that moment. Yeah. And even just, and then she was like posting mother, like, look, grand prize again. I was like, girl, like, and, you know, I'm only sending her clips, you know, like, and she's like watching. So I figured, oh my gosh, she's such a fast learner. And she also has like a passion for ballroom as well. She's soaking in the history. She's soaking in like the family history of, you know, the Juicies, and I can just tell that it's for her. And, you know, I think there's an interesting space here where, you know, trans women in the Philippines have a history of pageantry, but then there's some who I think now are gonna find themselves in ballroom. And that could be like a bit of a crossover, but you know, like, you know, Sabinya Aki said, like, you know, like pageantry wasn't for me, but no, I found my space in ballroom. So I feel like that's really exciting, you know, and we're lucky that we're here, that we have those two spaces. For,
actually,
you know, for like trans representation. And then the twins. The little TikTok stars. Oh my God.
The TikTok famous girls.
Girl, when they came out, I was like, do I know them? Like, have I seen them before? And then I think it was Nonoi, like, was like, oh, they're TikTok famous, so you should see their TikToks. Or was it Nonoi? It was like maybe Robin or something, like one of the sweethearts. And then, oh yeah, I just remember like filming like them both and then posting it on my Juicy chat, and they're like, who is that? Like, she's giving me pussy cunt. Like, oh my God. I was like, I know, like, I love them. And also because I felt like that night they had like a kind of an outsider kind of energy, like a very kind of like they had this like parang like kind of like a glistening in their eyes, like a sparkle in the eyes of like this is all new for us.
Yeah.
And then I found out that that was their first
Yes,
ball.
yes.
And then they had like this TikTok account and they were just like kind of training like, you know, after school or whatever. So yeah, I was like, okay, let's see if you're more than TikTok. Like, you know, like the, you know, the TikTok is cute and like they had like the 1 million views.
Yeah.
But they're more than ballroom. I mean, so they're more than TikTok.
Yeah.
They are like really ballroom. And like, oh my God, like these girls learn too fast. Like it's wild. And I think that also something that was so nice was that I remembered like after the workshop we did, because they came, I was like, oh my God, I actually remember like when their first TikTok came out, like people were tagging me. Yeah. Like in Australia, being like, oh my God, like look at these Filipino girls. Like they must be your daughters or something like that. And I was like, they are now.
They are now.
But
well,
girl,
meant to be.
They are fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like really, there's a competition. Like,
they are
bringing
like
it.
They're killing it on the floor.
I'm so yes.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
they're
so
bringing
proud.
it in a different level now.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, really. Yeah. Again, like fast learners. Like give them a clip, boom. Give them like you know, try to give them old clips. You know, so that they have this kind of like that essence that's not just of now, of right here. So yeah, excited for their journey. They're 18 now.
I know.
18.
I know.
One still in school.
It's like when you started.
Kind
of, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's the thing, huh? Like I don't know if you see like in your kids, like you're like, oh my God, this is like you have to nurture that moment because it's so precious. Like every single word you say to them, every time you like encourage them and just to get them out of their head. And it's so informative.
Yes. It's true.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, formative years. Wow.
Yeah.
It's true because they will just like take it in and just grow. It's very important. Very important. Like the mindset is very important. Not just the glitz and glam. It's the intention, the heart.
Yeah, it's the heart. Yeah. And honestly, like the next ball that they all kind of came together, I just like, you know, observed from far how they would, you know, interact. And it's just like family, you know, like, you know, sleepovers already, like that kind of like, you know, immediately. And then, I don't know, like with your kids, like, I just feel like when you have a family or a house now, like they feel different in the room as a set. Like you can just like, you already know that they have that certain type of energy that's like juicy or Mizrahi or something, or like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that's my kids. Like, you know, because they're acting like that, you know? You know, and I just feel like they have that family dynamic already.
Yeah. Right away.
Really
less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year. I'm really intentional and really protective of that. And they're really like, whoever comes in, there has to be heart. Because it's not...
It's important.
Yeah, that's longevity as well.
Yeah. It's really not about the skills.
No.
It's really about the intention. Like being a part of it. And also, I feel like it's a beautiful accident. Like with you and Aki on the elevator, everything. It's like giving that encouragement that you can walk face. You should walk face. Hence, like opening that door for her. It's like, magic.
Getting people, all of that.
And like,
you have any crazy stories of how you found like
you
any of your kids?
You want to know about Savina?
Sino?
Savina.
Oh yes. Because y'all went up there, right, to do like workshops.
God. We went to. She's from the Gupan.
Yes.
Very close to the ocean.
Yes.
And
Pangasinan, right?
Pangasinan. Yes. Actually, she just came in at the workshop, all 3 workshops, and she was really curious about the
Yes.
community.
Yeah.
There's ballroom pala. It's like that. Parang, what are we gonna do there? So
What are you
and
gonna
I
do
was
at the ballroom?
what are we gonna do at the ball? So
Yeah, yeah,
and then I
yeah.
told her you should walk face, realness,
Yes,
and
yes,
runway.
yes.
She was saying, anong gagawin ko, mother? Parang ganyan. She's like,
Yeah.
just show yourself because you're
Mm-mm.
real. Show your face, show
Yes,
your beauty. Just
yes,
own it. It's all about
yes.
confidence.
Oh my God.
And it's all about really believing in yourself and just like putting the power on the floor, owning it. With her, it was actually because there's a process with Miza. Like we go to a training phase first, and then I had to make sure that everyone like has the same vibe, has the same energy. And if one of the Mizas feel like, wait, mother,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Of course, that's already
yeah, yeah,
kind of like, okay, wait,
yeah,
let's see
yeah,
where it's going. Because
yeah.
I
I
had to
love
make
that.
sure that
Yeah,
everyone has the
yeah,
same energy.
yeah,
And like, we have to make sure that everyone's like this.
yeah.
So with Savina, it was really natural when I saw her. And at the time, she's already a leader of the community there, of the young LGBT community
Yes,
there. She is the
yes.
leader of, what's the name again? Oh my gosh, I forgot. I think it was Dalaga organization.
Yeah.
She's one of the leaders. And when I heard her speak of her of their organization, what they stand for, I was like,
Yeah, she's got it. It's already there.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like ballroom
already
in the making or
there.
something.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
she's already doing
Yes.
something for her community
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's just like I just like showed her a bigger world that you can do it more here. You can inspire more people.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
with her, it was
just like
it was very natural. Everyone was gagging when they first saw her. It was like,
yes.
where did she come from?
Yeah, literally. That not
Like,
from this world. Like,
yeah. It's very
I love
natural
this.
for
Yes.
Savina. Just a
Yes.
few like polished,
Yes.
but girl,
Yes.
she really got she got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
And when it's so natural, like all you can do is just like leave them in that
Shine them the light. Give them the light.
give them the light. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. She's from there, I don't know. Because ballroom like influences so much. It's like life shaping and shapes so much. So I'm so glad she found you guys.
Yeah. And actually when we found Savina, when we found her, it's an eye-opener for me, for our house, for I feel like for the ballroom, entire ballroom community as well. It's because here in the Philippines currently, it's like sa Metro Manila lahat. Everyone's in Metro Manila, but Philippines is an archipelago. Like there are so many expressions outside Luzon.
Yes.
There's Mindanao,
Yes.
Visayas. There are places that we haven't seen, and for sure, there are kids there who has that expression, and for sure, it's already natural for them.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Diba?
Yeah. There's like a I've seen dances come into ballroom and it just doesn't work sometimes because it just says like you don't
see the steps.
Yeah, you
It's
see the
just-
steps.
but-
You see like so I feel like only a few dances actually turn it out and really understand what the essence is.
Yeah.
And it's always for me, it's like these kids who just who might not even have like a
Dance background.
dance background who just like apply it onto their bodies, and it's like voguing is kind of awkward, like and it's like making awkward shapes look beautiful and they just get it. There's someone I'm watching in Davao. I just watch his like TikToks, but I'm like slowly kind of like once he's out of high school maybe like but it's just like
I
it's
feel
there.
like there's one on TikTok.
Oh,
that guy.
Si Gab.
Oh yeah. Yeah, si Gab. Yeah.
Yes, Gab, if you're
It is
listening,
cool,
huh?
right? It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grabe siya. Like the
Oh,
energy is
yes.
just like doing it in the
Just so-
classroom and on the lobby and
Yeah,
everything.
it's day to day. It's life. That
Yeah.
is what it is.
That is
It's not,
lifestyle.
It's
I
not
mean,
like getting in a studio and need all like blah blah blah. It's like let me do it with like sitting on the edge of my bed.
Yeah.
Like, it's It's
Wala
real.
siyang pakialam. Like, I'm just
Oh,
gonna do it.
yes.
This is what I'm feeling
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Shout outs to
Shout
Gab.
out, Peach Juicy. No, he already knows.
I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah, me too. We're such a diverse country.
Yes,
Like there's
exactly.
so much out there.
So much
You can't
talent.
assume that
Yeah.
it's just in the city.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been wanting to tap different islands, but you know,
Yeah.
it can be like,
Yeah, for sure.
but
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like at times, like, how do you, I guess, navigate, I guess, applying something that's foreign to, like, I guess, our culture that has already so much applied on top of it?
Actually.
Yeah. And how do we, I guess, how do you navigate, like, you know, making it Filipino? Like, actually, or keeping it making sure we don't just completely mimic, that it's like a kind of
Yes.
a remix, like we remix everything, or interpretation, or not even that, but it's just we make it our own.
Actually, at first, since it's a borrowed culture here in the Philippines, so at first, it was kind of like really patterned, and we'll see how it goes. Because at first it was really hard to, like, people don't understand, like, what is that? What's a ball?
Of course.
How are they gonna judge it? Like, and everything. So
Yeah.
it was kind of hard to pull people in.
Yeah.
And at first, it's like they're intimidated because mostly are dancers. But it was like, wait, no, I'm not feeling it. So I just said, I'll just relax, and for sure people will, I'll meet the right people. And to make sure that it's to put our culture there in the categories, you know, we put our Filipino element. I feel like the very first ball that had that was the DV ball. It was actually Ralph was here from Canada.
Yeah.
So what we did is, like, you had to, the dress code was anything from Divisoria.
Yeah.
So
Work.
it was a fun. It was a
Yes.
really small place at that time.
Yeah.
Like, just I think 3 categories,
Oh,
just a few categories at that time. But you will see the creativity of the Filipinos. Like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, there was like
Yes.
a plastic bag, the red and
Yes.
white stripes.
Yes.
It's amazing. And even the rainbow umbrella na naging outfit na siya. I was like, wow!
Yes.
Like, you can see talaga
Yes.
na parang it's natural for
Yes.
Filipinos to be creative
Yes.
and expressive on the
Yes.
floor. And that's
Yes.
runway.
Yeah.
Kaya parang
Yeah.
after DV Ball, we had to make sure na parang we're respectful to Ballroom, since it came from New York. But we want to add our personality there, applying the dress code and yung the categories. And one that was really, really rooted, I feel like, was the Kalat Kiki Ball that was made by the House of Dirty.
Okay, work. Dirty.
Last
Shout out
year.
Dirty.
Yeah, shout out Dirty, because they even had the Jejemon Realness category. You know,
Ano?
being Jejemon here in the Philippines is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, and they had that, ano yun? Yung sex bomb 90s reference.
Cool.
And basta yun, I feel like that is
Yes.
the most Filipino type
Yes.
of ball here in the
Yes.
Philippines.
Yes.
And I think the next one was yung yung the rainbow ball, the mga superhero na natin here.
Yeah, I love that thing.
So yun, parang as much as possible, of course, I mean, we're here in the Philippines, and there the yung culture natin is sobrang mixed. So sobrang dami na nagsakop sa atin sa Philippines. Ang dami na nating influences.
Yes.
But we still have our roots na
Yes.
we should be able to find,
Yes.
and we should be able to tap
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Na parang, so yun, medyo,
Yeah.
even I'm still learning about
Yes.
it, na
Yes.
parang
Yeah.
there's more
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. I think
Like, tas
so.
mas makikita siya kapag
Yes.
wala talaga.
Yeah.
Like, outside the
Yes.
city,
Yeah.
like, dun mas rich pa rin
Yes.
up until now, the
Yes.
culture.
Yeah.
That's why I was inspired by you. Your recent travel talaga. Oh my gosh, hindi ako maka-get over. Sorry. I was really like, oh my gosh.
Yung dolphins.
Oo, yung dolphins talaga. No, like, grabe, that was so courageous to like go there and like experience that. And
well, it's funny that you say like tap into like what's here, because you know, like when I first like was introduced to like my southern roots and through my interest of Pangale, it all like for me like the immediate connection was like, oh, this is like Vogue, like, you know, like
the hands.
especially seeing women, like all the women like do this like hand gestures over and over. I was like, oh, I've been doing that. Like there's like a connection there already. So it was kind of like it feels like there's something there. Like it's like making sense. Like there's like a connection or a kind of like a patterning that like I'm finding that like is parang like a part of me as well. Like there's like two worlds that like so like a part of me in that way. Yeah.
And actually that's also one thing that because one of the Mizas Twiloy, he's already father.
Yes.
From Rainbow Ball. He came from Baguio.
Yes.
So parang yung dance din niya, his personality came from may dance doon na talagang every time he does Old Way, he applies his culture, his dance to it. Even how he paano siya magdamit, how yung suot niya, ganyan. It's like, it's nice. It's nice to have like that kind of background, diba?
Yeah.
So yun. Kasi iba if you really know your ancestors, like tapping into that power, tapping into iba yung energy ng Filipino.
Yes.
Iba siya.
Yeah.
It's like
it's super magical.
It's super like movement. Is iba. At saka sobra yung energy ng nature. Like being around dagat, the forest. Iba-iba yung natatap na energy. Iba yung feeling.
For real.
Like I'm currently learning it and applying it. Iba yung feeling. Iba yung crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's not many like communities. I mean, from what I experienced, like those like outside like the international communities that I like really, I guess, see like really like with that essence of like, because like we'll never like as guests of Ballroom will never ever like hold that space that you know that queer Black folk hold. That's so in their power. You know what I mean? But then there's like the intersections of like what that community went through and like what our history here is with us also having to be minstrels to America and then being colonized 3 times. Like it is like, and then having like an erasure of our identity and then having to like find that through, I guess, you know, so much of like selling ourselves and being like this kind of excellent, you know, in the arts and all of this. But so I feel like there is kind of like a cultural crossover there that like, you know, that makes us so, especially in Asia, so different from anywhere else. Yeah.
So unique.
So unique. Yeah.
Each country actually around Asia is very unique. Yeah, that's true.
I haven't experienced all of the like Asian like countries, but I'm interested to see how that's all kind of applied and taken and kind of
iba. Ako rin. Since I've been traveling also around Asia, iba. Hindi sa bias ako sa Philippines, but iba talaga.
I've seen the videos. Like fab, but it's different here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
iba.
Yes.
Iba, I know.
Yeah.
Kaya talaga.
Yes.
As in, kasi, from the end of the runway pa lang nararamdaman na.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kasi like, iba. Iba siya. At saka nakaka-proud. Sobrang nakaka-proud na sobrang dami na
Yes.
nag-walk. Sobrang everyone is like very walang pakialam. Like parang, I'm gonna show myself. I don't care. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna walk. Watch me.
Yes.
So, sobrang nakaka-inspire. The kids are really inspiring. They're fire. They're walang pakialam talaga. As in, na parang, it gives me that inspiration. Kaya every time ako din, I walk outside, I carry them with me na parang, Siza, no excuses.
Yeah,
you have
real.
to represent them.
Yeah.
And just like, ayun.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah, diba?
I feel the same. I like, it's about what gets you up at the end of the day, and like the community here gets me like it activates me in a different way. And people even like when I post online, like little things like. People from the diaspora like, what is going on there? Like, oh my God, the girls have got it. Like, they understand the language. You know what I mean? And that's like such a huge thing. Like, they're actually getting it. And that is like, you can see that even if it's through a screen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Nakakatuwa. Nakakakilig, no? Nakakakilig for the kids, to be honest. Nakakakilig for them. Kaya sana, if we have a chance to fly them out.
Come on, I know, manifesting.
Out. Yes, exactly. Yes. Sobra. I know it will happen soon.
Yes.
Especially, ayan like they're watching the kids here. They're inspired by the kids here. For sure.
Yeah.
Excited akong gawin yun.
Excited ako. Ako rin.
Oh my gosh. Eto, question. Let's go back.
Okay, yes, again.
To your story. Like, you were deemed legendary a few...
At the start of this year.
Yeah, this year, diba? Before Rainbow Ball.
Actually,
you know what? I'm gonna share with you. Na parang...
Because it was only legendary, that's why I was invited.
No. I already had a panel na 4. Sabi ko, I need a femme queen. I need someone na parang Filipino, ganyan. So I was like, shock, sino kaya? And then parang magic lang.
Yes.
Na parang, oh my gosh, sakto, naging legend ka. But that was not the reason why. Parang sabi ko, it just naging linya lang. Na parang sobrang linyado, oh my gosh. And then you're available, ganyan. So like, shucks, sakto. Parang sumakto siya na parang, kasi at that time, I think Jared was already knows Devine, or Richie.
Yeah, the Richie girls. Yes,
they've met.
Kiana.
Kiana. So parang sabi ko, shucks, parang nahiya ako invite siya kasi hindi pa kami nagkakilala. As in person. So, ako rin actually with you, di pa talaga, pero parang na-mention ka na sa akin before ni, diba, I think si Jared din, or something, I forgot.
Si Jared sa New Zealand.
No, si Jared.
Yes.
Jared. Yeah. Si Jaja.
Jaja, yes.
Yeah, si Jaja. I feel like na-mention niya. Tapos parang, actually, I met Mirasia. Mother Silky.
In Hong Kong?
In Taiwan.
In Taiwan. Okay, yes.
Tapos parang, I feel like na-mention ka niya na before sa akin. Tapos parang, okay. Tapos parang, pina-follow ko na pala siya.
Yes.
Parang ganyan. Tapos parang, as in, I was trying na parang to have really a femme queen na to judge. Tapos nung una, sabi ko, wait lang, tipid na ako muna ako. Wala na akong pera. Ganyan. Tapos parang, sabi ko, wait lang, I should wait. I feel like I have to wait kung sino the right person. Tapos parang, sabi ko, shucks, okay, sige, go. Tapos yun, parang nahiya ako i-message ka, pero like, go. Tapos yun, how does it feel na parang when you were deemed?
Mm.
How was it?
Well, I'm glad that you guys got me or you like DM'd me because it was like, even like just to go back to that, like connecting, like it was like, I was just like, I don't know, like there's just like a missing link. But I like, like see like Kiana, she's Chauncey in New Zealand. Like there's some people that kind of encouraging me to like more and more connect. It's like, oh, sige. But like when I'm there, like I will find them. But basta like it's not something like I'm always thinking about it, but I'm like I just don't we just haven't like connected. Like
It just did.
yes,
It's not yet
yes,
the
it's just
time.
not
Parang,
there yet. So when you did like when you messaged me, I was like, oh my god, like I didn't realize actually like how big the community was at the time of accepting the invitation. But yeah, the Legendary was kind of crazy. I was not expecting at all. We had Icon Day out and, like Founding Mother Courtney and all the icons and Lysandra. And I thought I kind of was suspicious that there was some kind of, what is it? Like deeming of like something like, of like, maybe like we're gonna officiate the Juicy House because it was like Slay Lang at the time, and something like that. But it wasn't a it never occurred. But my girls all like once they clocked that all the icons were there and that there was like kind of a possibility. I'm really thankful to my girls for like pushing that and to be like we need a legend, and without you can't have a legend without an icon, and you guys are here. And they were like absolutely like and to have like Connie honor me and all my work and it came at like such a surprise. Like I was really like kind of moving away from the community at the time, or just being like, okay, like I've done my thing. I'm really like can step back and like this is not gonna this ball is not meant to be about me. Like like I was just really like in the back, and I was just waiting to work realness, and I was like, what is going on out there? And I was like in a teacher outfit. I would have won something fab, like, but girl, I was like waiting for realness, and I was like, because I had a production as well, and I was like, the kids are meant to be here, like what are they doing, like why did they go to the front? And then I just heard them talking about legendary status, and I was like, I came out, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, in my teacher outfit. And then they deemed me, but I felt like so seen, like internationally as well, by my Juicy family. And after that, there was such like honoring from, all the places I've been, like this year, like whether it's here or Colombia or the States. And I'm really thankful for that. And now I think I understand more about like my roles and responsibilities and the history that I'm taking apart. And it really felt like, okay, this is not a game, like like this is, you gotta take stock of like what you've done and like and honor it and honor the work that you've done and be like, okay, and I'm gonna keep on going. I need to keep on honoring that so I can be icon, and so I can then give more and deem other girls legend, and so they can pass on a type of legacy as well.
Continue the
proud to be legend.
Yes.
Legend girl. But it's something I have to remind myself even now. Just be like, girl, you legend, like stop, like I don't know, like it's, like girl, keep going, like we all have that moment, so but I'm standing on the shoulders of a lot of other women, so I feel very, very good.
Oh my gosh, and your energy is so like
energy,
really that right energy. Feel siya talaga. That aura.
Really.
Yeah, you're so inspiring. You're so
thank you,
so
sis.
humble, sobra.
Thank you, sis.
As in,
well, I'm very honored to be here and to be, I guess, like it's honestly like a relief to kind of step into a community that I haven't like, like being such a like an influential like mother in, and just being like, oh, there's like such a like, it's like, oh, thank you, like, sis, because it's like, it feels there's a bit of relief for me, like, I don't know about you, but like community when you're a trailblazer or someone who's done so much carving out of culture, it can feel heavy as well. Like there's like, you can feel it sometimes all with you. I don't know if you feel at times that burden, or it's not like a burden, like it's a gift. I feel like it's a gift. Like I feel grateful, but there is like something that weighs on me when I'm back at home.
Yeah, there's something, but like for me, I always go back to my why.
Yes, exactly.
Why we keep doing it.
Yes.
Why, like, after a very difficult wall,
Yes.
the next thing you're doing is planning another one. And,
Oh yeah.
right? It's
Yes.
I feel like it's that.
Yes.
And every time, like for me, this is also what I tell my kids. Every time I see one new soul na talagang sobrang nagsashine, and like you're seeing them, like ang sarap ng feeling nila that they're at the end of the runway and they're celebrated. Alam mo yung parang
for real.
Hindi ka talaga titigil.
Yes.
It's because of that.
Yeah.
Wait lang. Ano ba yan? It's because of that na parang yun.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, I can just have one more daughter. It's okay. But it's like every time I like have another kid, I'm like, that's the last one. I'm like, not like I don't have no capacity, but then you just like you said, you see someone and they're just a living being, like of there's such a reflection of you and the history and there's like, it's like, it's so it's of course you want to keep on like going.
True.
Keep on giving. Like I feel like I was given Ballroom as a gift, for free, without contracts, and it's like, oh, like I feel so honored, like of course, like that gift has to keep on like being passed on, like
talaga nag-ripple siya.
Ripple talaga.
Yeah, as in. So sobra lalo na here how it's going, how it is, where it's going. Whew, medyo nakaka-excite. And super, I'm sure there's na ngayon ang dami na ring mainstream. There's so many mainstream houses, kiki houses. For sure it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna be wild. I feel this community is like really gonna be turning it out and putting the map on Ballroom here.
Exactly.
Like
they will know Philippines na.
Like really, like and there's just something so magical about all of your kids and all of the community. I feel so much love and care and space, and shade where needed, like like we have that natural shade as Filipinos as well, like, and that humor, and I just think it all works. I'm excited to see,
and we're so happy you're here.
Thank you.
Like, hope to see you again more.
Of course,
like
more.
we said.
I know. Now I have a reason. Because my kids are like, Mother, you're like an OFW mother. Like, you're like, I was like, I feel really like, it's really Filipino for the mother to be like, out and about. But like, my kids are independent, but they have a community like that is so nurturing. And they have, houses that are also nurturing, and sister houses. So I feel really sure that they're okay. Yeah. So thanks, sis. Thank you for...
Thanks to... Sobrang thank you. I mean, parang basta iba yung energy when you're so... Hindi ko alam. Basta, there's something there. Kasi, oh my gosh. Sometimes, parang instant feeling of like having the same intention for and same want what the goals you want for the community and the kids,
yes,
you'll feel it It's not something na parang, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, ganyan, ganyan.
yes,
No way.
yeah,
It's the purity
Yes.
of what you really
Yes.
want to share.
yes,
Parang ganyan.
yes, yeah,
And hindi siya na-fake.
yeah,
It's not something that,
yeah,
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 Yeah.
can't fake that.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
feel the same with you, and that's why I feel so confident with this community. Like it's, yeah. So
Sobrang
thank you. Give you your
I-
flowers.
I'm giving you yours. Let's share it. Girl, oh my
No, for real.
gosh. And
Like, yeah.
like, yeah. But wait lang. Ayoko
Okay.
muna mag-end. There's one thing, last
Okay,
one
okay,
thing
sige.
I want to ask you. How did you, kasi parang at first, parang na-confuse the kids here.
Yes.
Like, is Juicy Slay a major house or a Kiki house? How you became a Juicy? Ganyan.
Ganyan.
Yeah. Let's go
Go.
into that story. Para
Juicy story.
Yes, the juicy.
origin story.
Yes, the
it's
juicy
a back
story.
story.
Yes,
Do you know
let's
it?
go.
Did I tell
I
you?
think, yeah, you did.
Okay, sige.
Yeah.
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 Well, parang it's like a head slay. I always head slay. Because
Yeah.
like when you're like when you're so far from like your original house, it's like
Mhm.
and you're in a different country, you create your own Kiki house. Parang like, but when I went back to New York, I think 2017, I was like, okay, it's time for me to like stop like doing this mother thing, and like if I'm going to do this mother thing, I need to like, be reintroduced to ballroom because it's been like that. It's been so many years, and I want to walk my first ball. I had all these intentions, and then I went there, and I wasn't at a ball. I wasn't at a class. I was on the train, and I was on the F train. I was going down to Brooklyn, Crown Heights, and here comes this, house like that is sitting on the platform. I can just the way they're speaking, I like instantly know it's ballroom.
Yeah.
What it's giving.
Yeah.
And I think they were coming from a memorial for Maisha, I think it was. And that also touched me. There was like this kind of essence in the air. And I was like, oh my God, like I just want y'all to see me. Like I just want like y'all to be. I was like trying to act all like, like real like
Innocent.
soft and like. And then, Amari was there because he's the juicies, and he was like, ooh, she's like she's fishy. And they're like, oh, I thought that was a real fish. They started like, like saying all this like stuff to me. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to scream. But, I just walked on the train and we're all just there. It's like packed in, and I could hear them talking about the upcoming Metallica ball. And I was like, ooh. And then, I was kind of like listening, and I could tell like Connie was like, she listening? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, she goes to me, because I was like, is there a ball? She's like, is there a miss girl? She's like, I'm about to snatch you. And I was like, in my head, I was like, what does that mean? Like, snatch me? Like, but what she was saying was she's like, she was gonna, take me in. Like, she's like, she just had these eyes on me, like this up and down. And I could just see she was figuring out like, like who I was, like, what, like, where did I come from? And like, there's also this motherly thing. And she was like, what are you doing on the F train so late, girl? Like, and I was like, I'm just going home. And she's like, well, you better text me when you go home. Here's my number, and then I could see her even as I was, oh my God. I could see her even like as I was getting off the train. She was like watching me. And then, I made the mistake of like texting her. Like I texted her, hey sis. Like, but I'm hey sis, bucket sis.
Oh my God.
I know, but I'm like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh my God, why did I just call like Mother Courtney sis? And then anyway, she like, she paid it. And she was like, Miss Girl, like you want to come to training? We have a training tomorrow. Can you be there? I said, yes, I'll be there. Okay, fab. So the next day I went to the training. I sat in, and she's like, what do you know about voguing? I was like, I know a little. Like, I don't really. She's like, and I said, I want to learn. And she said, okay. And then she's like, you can just watch, and when you're ready, can join in. But then they had a circle, and they were like, Connie was doing this exercise of like, I want you to Vogue, and I'm gonna give you something like, makeup, and you better like do the, do something in a circle with makeup. And then she gave me, I don't know, I think it was, something like some sort of board game, or it was Kangaroo or something. I was like, oh, this is my moment, bitch. and then girl, I was voguing down, girl. And then she was like, yes. And then she was like telling all the girls, she's like, I knew, I told her. And they're like, everyone was like, you get us you guys like this energy, yes. And she's like, so you want to walk? I was like, yes. And she's like, good. She's like, 2 days, get your effect together,
Ooh.
So, ran to Rainbow, got some, tacky little boots. And I walked the Metallica ball, like, just a little kiki ball, but it was cute. And then afterwards she put me in the house, and I said I was so grateful for her. And, she even says that story, like not knowing what that seed did, like that, like planting that seed in me. Like it was like, and until she came to Australia, she really like was like, whoa, like, daughter, you've been working like that was like boom, 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 boom since. Yeah. So, and now it's, crossed over to the, to the Philippines. So it's quite, these moments are really important, and they're very precious, and I think they're also divine. Like they also like come from like other ancestors or something like that.
The
like,
universe is aligned.
Oh, yeah.
Parang everything.
Like yes, it's really like so aligned in all of it. And there's also this funny thing about Connie being my mother is that like 7 years before that, when I was living in New York as an 18-year-old, I remember when I went to like a testing clinic, and I was sitting there and I was just getting tested with me and my girls are getting tested. And then I looked over and there was all these like brochures, and I picked up one, and it was a femme queen, and on the back it was like this little blurb about being trans. Like they had all this kind of like HMI, about it was like Ballroom HMI, and it said, it's a gift to be trans. And I just like kept that with me for a very long time. Girl, it was Courtney.
Oh my god.
It was Courtney I didn't, because she had a different haircut, and I was like years ago, I was like, oh my god, like, it was Courtney the whole time. Like this, I had
flyer.
I had her, I had this little flyer with, I still have it, and she hates it because she was like, I look messy, like, blah blah blah. But I was like, oh my god, these are things that are really aligned. Like it's super.
It's not an accident you're at that train.
No, and if it wasn't for that train, there wouldn't be this, and there wouldn't be all of what our history is. So I'm really grateful, and happy to have Juicy and being that, and to cross over from Slay to Juicy and Juicy Slay. So
oh my god, it's such a beautiful story. So wala talagang it's a beautiful accident. Wala talagang accident. It's meant to happen. And also, like, I feel like showing up, because if you didn't show up for the training,
showing up, no matter, just going with the flow of the purpose, and like, and not getting in your way. If I was to get in my own way and never stepped out, then it would never happen. So words of wisdom, don't get in your way. Don't overthink it. Just trust in the process.
Exactly.
True.
My gosh. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano mangyayari after. Just follow your heart. If you feel like you have to, you want to, do it. Diba?
We all know.
Yeah.
Deep inside what we need to do.
So yung mga nasa-shy dyan, mag-walk. Huwag na kayo mas-shy.
Yes. Especially here, I feel like some girls are like shy and humble for like that. We have that cultural thing.
Actually.
Like,
normal siya sa Filipino na parang.
Yes. To kind of, say, no naman. It's okay. You can be that girl. Wedded. Like, it's possible.
I love the story.
Yeah, story time.
Oh my gosh. Pero and from here, moving forward, I'm sure there's a lot more that's gonna happen for sure. So hindi natin alam exactly.
Hindi ko alam.
Hindi pa natin alam, but
bahala na. It's all gonna.
It's all just gonna blossom.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thanks again for your
Course.
time.
Thank you,
Thank you for
sis.
being here. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
energy. Thank you for being for bringing juicy energy here in the Philippines.
I hope they
Yes.
behave themselves.
And the juicy kids.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, very excited for them.
Yeah.
They're here actually. They're making noise. So if you saw me do this, it was for them.
Oh wait. Before we
Ayan.
finish up, ito, last one. Just because I always do this kind of. So I want you to describe your kids in one word.
Oh my God.
Fast talk. OMG. Whatever you
okay.
feel like best describes them at this moment. Okay. So yeah, let's start with Berta.
Okay. Berta. One word to describe Berta. Electric.
Ooh! Ang ganda naman nun.
Electric. But it's like when like they come into the room, it's like it is like they have like a energy that's like it is for real.
Electric.
Yes.
Watch out for the electric Berta.
Electric Berta.
Work. Okay.
Yes.
Next, let's have Aki.
Aki. Pearl.
Woo! Ay,
But I'm like Pearl
bagay
talaga.
talaga.
Like it's like the kind of like the way that
Yeah.
she and like it takes all that friction to make a pearl. So I feel like she's gonna she's kind of blossoming out from where she's come from.
Bagay.
So parang like she's always glistening as well, diba? Like yung face, like pearl talaga.
Bagay.
Yes.
Next, let's have Savina.
Oh, Savina. What does Savina give me? Savina gives me like I'm trying to describe that like kind of like piercing energy she has. Parang like heart stopping or like parang like okay, I'm just gonna say gas.
Gas.
Like gag.
She gives me gag.
She gives me gag. She gives me like every time I see like
actually,
like
breathtaking talaga.
Breathtaking, that's the word. Breathtaking. Yeah, she is. I even just like, they all
Always
slept over at the hotel, like I walk out next to her and hi mother. I was like, who's this? But I'm like, like a movie star, like, hi mother.
Woke up like this long
Hi mother. Like in her like little white gown. Like I was like, oh my God, dalaga. Dalaga. Yeah.
Last one, Alima.
Spirited. Spirited.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she carries spirits.
Yeah.
And very under, I think, kind of like, not that she under like rates herself, but she's kind of has this kind of like undercurrent, and it only comes out like when she needs it. But I'm like very humble, like and it's just like kind of like it's just like, and when you see it, it's like whoa, like that's wild, like like maybe you won't notice her when she steps into the room, but as soon as she
turns it on,
it's like
it's on. Yeah.
Yes.
My gosh, ang gaganda.
Oh.
I love how you describe all your kids.
Electric, pearl, breathtaking,
and spirited. Oh my god.
Ayan, juicy.
Philippine chapter juicy.
Yes.
Girl. Sorry.
Yes.
Undefeated. Sorry na po. Sorry na lang.
The rest of the house is like, come on, tama na. Like,
tama na kayo.
Yeah, tama kayo. Sorry. Hindi pwede.
But I love it. Oh my gosh. Everyone brings something on the table, something that's them.
Yes.
Something really powerful and very inspiring.
Yes.
Gabi. Juicy. Yeah. So once
I'm
again.
sure you feel the same way about your kids.
Yes, I'm so proud of them. Iba.
Yeah.
Iba.
Mm-mm.
Iba.
Yeah. Iba. Yeah.
So, yes, I guess we're ending tonight's episode. Thank you so much, Mother Benji, for being here. Thank you for your
course.
time. Thank you for your energy,
Of
for the
course.
love, and we'll see you again soon.
See you soon. Hanggang ulit.
Yes, and of course, we would like to thank the space.
Yes.
We are currently at We Are
space.
Shapeshifters. Thank you so much. We are Shapeshifters. Thank you guys. That's it.
And thank you, sis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mwah. Love you, down.
Love you.
Love you.
Same. Thank you.
Of course.
Bye.